Chris?
Hey, y'all.
I'll be damned.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, y'all.
Chris.
Can't complain.
How's construction with the site?
Yo, what's up, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to ask you something.
Yeah.
I put those posters of the Playboy and everything in my room, and well, my girlfriend saw it, and she got mad at me for looking at other girls, and she broke up with me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She called me a pervert. I don't understand this.
Did you try to explain to her about the situation between you and that guy?
I did. I don't think she understood.
Well, you should try. You should try. Do you know her email address?
Also, the friend I was talking about, he visited, and he went to my room. He didn't even notice the posters. He just sat in the middle. He didn't sit in any part of the room.
Huh.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, my girlfriend broke up with me, called me a pervert, said that I shouldn't be looking at other girls. I mean, I don't know what to do now.
Listen, answer my question. Do you have her email address?
Yeah, but she won't answer me anymore.
Okay. Here's what you can do. Do you know your girlfriend's, any of your girlfriend's gal pals?
No.
Well, you should try to, you should write it out. Here's an idea. Write a letter to her and send it via snail mail, but don't write the return address on it.
What should I write?
Just write that, this is you. You put your name there, and you would basically explain the situation between you and that guy, and that's why you had the posters up. That's why you put the posters up.
I don't really understand what was the point of the posters in the first place.
If he is very interested, if he was straight, he would look at the women very much.
But he didn't even notice them. He didn't notice any of the posters.
Well, then I guess he is a homo.
But he wasn't looking at anything, not even the guy poster.
He's not blind, surely.
So, what is he? Is he I don't know.
I don't know either, man. But, at the moment I would suggest you write the letter to your girlfriend, send the mail, don't write your return address on the envelope, and mail it to her.
Also, my mom saw the posters and she got offended. She's really religious, and she said they're lust is a sin or some shit. She says she's all against me having Playboy in my room.
Well, apparently your mom didn't have an open mind at that time, so give her time to recover. She might open up.
I don't think that was a good idea, though. I mean, why did you suggest it?
I was trying to see I was trying to help you figure out if your friend was a homo or not.
I know, but do you have Playboy posters in your room?
Be straightforward.
I have a poster I have a poster in my room of some naked girls I got from AdamandEve.com as a bonus.
But nobody says anything about it?
Well, I didn't really have too many people in my room, so and it's kind of in a hard-to-notice place.
I'm wondering, if you showed anyone, wouldn't they be offended?
Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on their point of view.
Yeah, I wouldn't want the same thing that happened to me to happen to you.
I hear you there. So I'm clear, Julie? Julie, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, would you be offended if you saw such a poster in my room?
Hi.
What was that?
Yes, I would. Kind of.
Oh. Well, that's no problem. I can take it down.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I mean,
Well, that's why I asked Julie just now, because I respect her. So, because she said that she would, I will take it down.
well, I've been thinking,
I'm going to be there soon. Chris, I don't think you should look at other women. In my opinion.
I see, Julie. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I respect that.
she might get jealous. I mean, that's what happened to my girlfriend.
Yeah. That's fine, Julie. I respect her. I respect that. Listen,
And can I ask you a question if he's done?
One more thing. I've been thinking, I don't really think you need, posters and stuff like to prove you're straight. I mean, if you're straight, that's all there is to it. Am I right?
yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't have to prove that you're straight.
No, but
I mean, you shouldn't have to reassure yourself. You should just be knowing it, and nothing anybody says should hurt you.
Yeah, but you see, I have that Sarah Moon poster in my room. It's just so that, for in case I have any random thoughts on the contrary
so you have, like,
to tempt me.
you have
So
to-
that I look at that
you-
poster,
even-
I look at
So
the
you-
poster.
I mean, even if they're random thoughts, if you know you're positive about it, you shouldn't have to look at anything to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on from all this homosexuality, I have one question.
wait.
Never mind.
Let Julie ask her
Like,
question. Let Julie ask her question.
Hey, Chris, I was browsing the internet yesterday, and what's a show?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got cut off. What was that?
What's a show?
What's a short?
Showtime.
Shota.
Yeah, Shota.
Shota.
Yeah, S-H-O-A-T-A.
Oh, some word we found online.
Yeah, Vivian, yeah.
I never heard of that word. I don't know. If you want to look it up, you can probably find out an online dictionary. I'll take a look. Hang on.
Yeah, I know some Japanese, and I think I heard that somewhere, like in a magazine or something.
Yeah, that's some of that Japanese.
Probably is. Give me a moment. I'll look it up.
With OnStar automatic crash response, citizen services can automatically alert OnStar. The advisor can give 911 your exact GPS location to get you the help.
That was the wrong one. The wrong bookmark.
Shota.
I know. I just hit the wrong bookmark for place of it for dictionary type website that I have.
Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, now that Julie's done with the question, I also had one.
Wait, let him find what that means first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Actually, I just found it on Wikipedia. It's a Japanese name. It's a name of a person in Japan. It's a Japanese name.
I think it was
Oh, no. I think you looked for the wrong thing. It's Shotacon.
Shotacon.
It's the same thing, just put CON at the end of it.
Yeah, I heard that shit like somewhere before, but I can't remember what it means.
Oh. Okay, here it is. Shotacon, sometimes shortened to Shota, is a Japanese slang of the phrase Shotaro complex that describes the attraction to young boys or an individual with such an attraction.
Oh, fuck, that's sick. Oh, my God. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, that's sick people.
Y'all can't get arrested.
Fucking gay ass niggas.
Yeah, some troll from Portland Garbage came and told us to look that up. I didn't even want to.
Yeah.
I guess he's a homo.
God.
Don't worry, I banned him already.
Okay.
Oh, Chris, Vivian wants to know if you can, like, turn your radio down a bit. It's distracting.
Oh,
Yes,
I thought
please.
I thought it was quiet enough. Hang on there.
No, the radio quite picks up.
Alright, cool. Mercy.
Okay. I have a question.
Well,
I like to draw. I like to draw comics and such. I mean, I want to start up a webcomic. What kind of materials do you use?
What you mean for drawing?
Yes.
Well, mostly I just use like paper without lines, like computer printer paper. You can get in like Walmart for an inexpensive price in multiples. And then I use like an RSVP brand pen with the black ink.
Oh, okay. Is it like a gel pen or a ballpoint pen or?
It's like a ballpoint. It's like a ballpoint pen.
Oh.
What do you use the color?
I use Crayola brand markers.
Oh, okay.
I would recommend getting the Super Tipped 50 pack, which you can also find at the Walmart.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty sweet.
At Walmart, I usually get 24 color rose arts. Those do pretty good too.
Vivian, just so you know, I'm using the microphone that came with Hey You Pikachu for Nintendo 64.
Yeah. No offense, but personally, I prefer like colored pencils and shit because they're like easier to erase.
Photoshop for the win. If you want to use colored pencils, that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to use Crayola markers.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why don't you use colored pencils? They're really good. You should try one on like at least one page. Just try one. One page with just colored pencils.
Actually, you can scan your drawings and then color them in like Photoshop or something.
Yeah, Photoshop.
That looks like really professional and really good.
I prefer using the markers.
Oh.
It's just I've colored with colored pencils before, and I just feel best with using markers.
Emily, I have a question. The Hey You Pikachu microphone, how does that work on the? You're using that on your computer? Did you say?
Yeah, it's just it's like you plug it into a basic microphone jack.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I have a nice little Plantronics headset.
Hey Chris, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, hang on a second. Omnicron, that's you're basically plagiarizing here. You're even using parts of my original drawings to make up your so-called real ones, and you're just parroting. You're just plagiarizing. I mean,
well, parodies are legal.
Isn't combining Sonic with Pikachu the same thing?
Yeah, but also look at this. Also, I'm looking at his site here. It said he's claiming the copyright himself, but he's not. I mean, that's like, but he says he's
We'll be sure to ban him immediately.
Yeah, ban him immediately.
Wait.
Well, yeah, maybe you should check that last sentence.
Yeah, well, he said that he's saying that all Sanchu material is copyrighted by him when it's clearly not.
But you use Sonic and Pikachu and you copyright it.
He just offered to give you the credit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Omnicron guy here that just put this link here.
Oh, he offered to give you credit.
That's the same thing you did.
He's plagiarizing my Sanchu.
But if he gives you credit, then so.
We will ban him immediately.
Chris, it's a parody, kind of like Sanchu is.
Yeah, but he's saying on his front page it says all Sanchu material.
Yeah, but he just offered to change it. So, are you okay with that?
I change it to Sanchu X.
No, he said he'll give you credit instead of claiming it for himself.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. That'd be better. Yeah, he changed that.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Problem solved.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, Julie.
Do you think you could tell everyone about my idea? And since you're gonna do it, could you tell them so they can look out for it?
Your idea. Yeah. Just basically a video of me standing up to Clyde and showing him how strong I am, doing a few kicks for the camera.
Yeah, you should throw some punches, show them what you're made of, you know?
It's all in the mind.
I basically
If
already
you want to
did
test
that.
me, I'm sure you'll fight.
I pretty much did that
You
when
stood up to Greg Miz.
Let him talk, come on.
I pretty much already proved my strength when I ripped that dildo in half.
Didn't you just...
Come apart for cleaning. Most
show what you do.
devices come apart for cleaning.
Come on.
Yeah, but the thing was glued together at the seam.
Okay, listen to me.
Yeah, hey, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Could you do like a further test of your strength for me?
Yeah.
Let's see how strong you are, please.
That's fine, I could do that.
What I'm saying is,
You just...
I mean, that's okay, you showed your strength, but you should show your moves. Like, show, like what kind of moves you can do. You know, throw some punches, some kicks.
Chris, let me tell you a story about how this will work, okay? Yeah. See, one of my cousins, this guy at school kept, picking on him and calling him gay and stuff and, trying to fight with him. And my cousin told him this, one day, the guy said, "Hey man, I'm gonna beat you up," and my cousin said, "Look, if I show you some of my moves, I'll prove to you that I can kick your ass in a fight." And so my cousin, he stepped back and he took Taekwondo and he did a couple moves. He just stood there for like 5 minutes just doing his moves and some punches and kicks, and the guy just backed right off. He didn't even want to talk to him anymore. So I think that should work.
Alright, well, I'll try that. That.
Sounds good.
Chris?
Yeah.
You always mention about how you're straight, but yet in your video about you crushing a dildo, but doesn't that kind of, not help your cause?
No, it proves I'm straight because...
But you have a dildo.
Why would it
I got it for free with an order on adamandeve.com.
Okay.
It was
you kept it and shit. Like,
Wait,
that ain't cool.
Well, I don't understand. Why were the batteries in?
Oh yeah, Chris. Why were there batteries in it? Why did you keep it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
it wasn't an easy thing for me to sell right off the bat, or even to make a profit.
Well,
So in a way, it's a good thing I kept it because it allowed me to be able to break it like I did.
Yes, but why would you keep it?
No offense,
why would
but
you keep it?
I would have saved it for my sweetheart if she wanted it to use it.
But if anything, wouldn't they prefer the real deal?
Yeah.
Fake?
Some things that metal just can't replace.
Yeah.
I heard that.
You didn't use it, did you?
No, I did not.
You should just throw the ones you have away.
I only had that one. And there you go, I broke it apart.
Didn't you just, take it apart? I mean, it did seem to come apart, like screwed up on...
No, I did not take it apart. That thing was glued at the seam. I had to put a lot of strength into breaking it at the middle there.
Yeah, and I think showing your moves would be better.
Right.
I don't
You
think
really
Clyde
put
would mess
more
with you
putting
if you show him he can kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is a motherfucking gangster.
Hey.
Blah, blah.
Yes, Chris will fuck Clyde's shit up.
Wait, Chris, didn't you say you used scissors to break the dildo?
No.
Yeah, I pretty much did have to so I could break that glued seam.
Oh, I thought you broke it with your hands.
Yeah. I would have, but it was dang glued at the seam, so I put strength in with the scissors I had. There's a pair of super shears from Cutco.
Huh.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. Chris.
Yeah.
Whenever I saw the announcement of the Adult Sanju page, and I looked at your gallery, like, very nice stuff. I see a picture of what looks like you with a Sonichu medallion. Like, and who's that one girl, exactly?
Oh, Megan.
Yes. Yeah,
I thought it was like Crystal because of the hair.
No, it was originally drawn to be Megan, but I censored her eyes to protect her identity.
But it's
But I
it's
do that.
silly.
But I drew that just after I found the ED page in November.
Didn't you say you were going to get rid of that?
In protest against it.
I thought you were going to get rid of that, Amy.
I tore up the original drawing into squares and I put it in an envelope.
Why'd you upload it?
Yeah, why'd you do that shit? Like,
I understand Rosachoo, but why? Something that's from real life.
It's not.
Come on.
It's not necessarily from real life. It depends on your interpretation. I mean, it's hardly. I mean, most women have long brown hair, and the eyes are censored. So.
Yeah, but I remember that one video you were saying as Megan.
Because in the end it broke up my friendship with Megan.
Can I ask a question? In the third picture with Angelica Rosachoo, what's happening? Is God doing?
No, she's masturbating, and she's enjoying
but
it.
She has no hands there. How is she?
She's
doing
enjoying it.
No,
she does.
Yeah, but
she
how
does.
is she doing it? She doesn't have her hands there.
She does have her hands. She's like most women would be able to do the same thing.
I think it's the angle, Julie. I think it's the angle you were looking at it.
Yeah. Plus, the picture wasn't as clear as I would have liked to have had it. I mean, I had that file for a while.
Yeah, some of those are kind of blurry.
Yeah, some of them degraded.
Cox has a good question. Have you drawn anything like that with me? Because I would actually like to see if you did. If so, could you and let me see? Sorry, that's very rude to ask.
I'm sorry, let me answer this guy. Yeah, well, I made a retraction video later saying that I disowned that address.
I see.
Just after that guy hacked into it and changed it into such. What? Update the... Hang on, I'm going to take a look at that. Update the link. And YouTube.
I like this song.
What song?
The song that's playing in the background of your
Can I
site.
ask you? Sorry.
If
Hey
that's
Chris,
your
what do you
site.
think of that guy who advertises products, Billy Mays? What do you think of him?
Billy. Oh. Now, he's an okay guy. I watched him on Home Improvement.
Billy Mays?
Yeah.
No, that was another guy on Home Improvement, Chris.
No, that was the same
another
guy. No, that was the same guy.
Let's look up.
IMDb, go.
Believe me, it's the same guy.
Well, let's see. Hey, Chris, I really enjoyed your adult section of the site.
Yeah. Okie dokie, very good. Trying to figure out how to update the link on this thing here. Oh, maybe under here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there you go. Update right now.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Okay.
Like a record, baby, right round.
It's a classic.
That's actually-
I can't help it, man.
There you go. I updated. It's finally fixed.
Actually, that was Richard Kahn on Home Improvement, not Billy Mays.
Oh. Well, my mistake. I mean, the guy had the beard and.
Oh yeah, I can understand.
And the voice sounds the same.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yes,
So,
It's okay, yeah.
There's a matter of interpretation. I'm misinterpreted, so I will admit that I was wrong.
I said we all make mistakes. Don't get too hard on yourself.
That's heavy waste.
I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche.
Okay, I'm dying, go.
Have you gotten any fan art submissions that are notable? On the adult page?
Yeah, I've got one today, but it's like mostly a drawing of the fan herself.
Oh.
Got in the snail mail today.
Let's see.
Oh.
What would you be doing for this Valentine's Day, Chris?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
What will you be doing this year on Valentine's Day?
Depends.
Oh, I see.
Surely a man of such magnitude such as yourself is going to be doing something important, aren't you? Magnitude? Way to choice of words, buddy.
Vocabulary, pal.
I mean, because I don't have Julie over here yet.
Oh.
If she was here, or we could just talk.
Vivian. Maybe, why no redheads?
I was trying to think about that when the other guy asked that question. I was trying to think of that. Redheads just don't really attract me so much. Except for the possibility that they're dyed. But, natural redheads, just don't really turn me on as much.
I see.
How do you feel about girls with highlights?
What turns me on? Obviously the women.
God, the women.
What about piercings or tattoos?
Neither of those.
Wait, Chris, how about not orange hair? Not no, never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Wait, Chris, how do you feel about blue hair?
Blue hair is okay. Otherwise, I would have liked Sailor Mercury.
Oh, that is true. She has blue hair.
She's a very fun character. Very intelligent and nice.
Your blue hair is off the hook.
Doesn't Marge Simpson have blue hair as well?
Oh yeah, Marge Simpson has blue hair, and it's as tall as the Empire State Building.
Hey, Chris! Can you do some impersonations for us?
Oh, we'd love to hear that. Yeah, you're really talented.
I just did Marge Simpson.
Yes, we know, but we want to hear more.
Do another sentence, Garrett. How about comic book guy?
Oh, very indeed. Oh, aren't we all promiscuous and whatnot? I like Batman and Robin. Oh, look! Stan Marsh has come into the thing again. I forget that guy's name. The guy who did the Marvel comics.
Oh, Stan.
Chris, do your Donald Duck impression.
You should,
Chris. Oh my gosh.
Chris, you should work for Disney.
Like the original. That's good, Chris. Have you ever considered being a voice actor?
Possibly. I'm not sure. I'm a bottle of meat.
Hey, Chris, you're a Christian, right?
Yeah.
I was just wondering, do you... I'm sorry, do you...
Baptized in a Methodist church.
Oh, awesome. I was just wondering, do you think that AIDS was sent by God to kill the homos, or do you think that it's just an accident or something man-made?
The thought never occurred to me. Could
you do an impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Hey, hold on. Let Chris answer the question.
The thought never occurred to me about what you just said about the AIDS there. But, you know, it's a possibility, and I will not agree nor disagree with it.
Okay, I was just wondering, I mean, I've had that discussion with some of my Christian friends. I just wanted to get your opinion. Thank you.
Well, I think Omicron has a point, and you did tell me you went to a Methodist church, didn't you? So that's...
Yeah, my Methodist church is more loose on, is not as strict on sex.
Chris, I don't know that much about religion in the States, but I don't think there is like a looser Methodist church. God makes the rules, Omicron says.
Yeah, well...
Well, you know, personally, I think that the government made AIDS to kill off all the brothers.
Whoa. That's what the blacks always say.
Yeah. I'm inclined to agree. That sounds like something that a black guy would say.
So your church is kind of, you know, they let you do, they're kind of loose on the whole moral restriction?
What was the question?
Your church, you said they're kind of more, you know, they're less strict on the whole moral thing, like, you know, as far as sexuality goes. Right?
Yeah, basically.
But, you know, I thought you're supposed to, like, listen to the Bible or whatever, not, you know, necessarily with... Never mind.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah, plus also, you think about this, if you have defined for yourself a good meaning behind watching pornography, like to teach yourself how to do this and that, when you actually get around to doing it,
then that's all fantasy.
That's considered education for yourself.
Porn's not realistic at all. Yeah, it's not really a good thing to learn from. Trust me.
It can be done before marriage as well, as long as me and my sweetheart really love each other very much.
But
Christianity.
But still, what I'm saying is, you know, porn's completely unrealistic. I mean, you can't really learn anything from it.
It gives you enough ideas.
My girlfriend. Trust me, when you actually have sex, it's nothing like porn.
Well, maybe not like you're not gonna do it now.
You don't have to immediately do anal sex, because most women are not very happy with anal sex. And also, depending on the size of your...
Shut up.
Yes.
Hey, man. That wasn't cool. Like...
That was uncalled for.
Yeah, like... It's something a black man would say. He was a racist, man.
Well, somebody else said it on here first before I did.
Does that make it okay?
Chris, I think he's trying to say that. Yeah.
I was completely agreeing with that guy.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't make it okay.
Alright,
yeah, that ain't right.
Alright, well, I'm sorry, I take it back.
Hey guys, can we get back to Sonichu, please?
Yeah,
this is getting
about
ridiculous.
Sonichu, actually. Anyways, my question is that why does Sonichu not wear clothes while Rosachu and the other Rosachus do wear clothes and underwear?
It's like it's basically a cartoon. It doesn't really matter. It's like Figure out this: most cartoon characters wear at least one article of clothing, at least one article, and it's like Yogi Bear just wears a necktie and a hat.
I think it'd be cool if all the Sonichus and Rosechus got together, and they all formed a big team, and they had like special uniforms or something, kind of like the X-Men
or the Power Rangers.
Yeah, I don't do well. No uniforms. I mean, it's uniform enough. There's Sonichus and Rosechus.
I was just wondering if you do another impression. What does Black Chew sound like? A Black Sonichu or Blake? Can you do his voice?
Can you imitate it, if possible?
I'm not sure.
Like, does he sound black?
Possibly, but I'm not certain. I'm not leaning towards it.
Okay, I mean, I'd like to hear it, but if you don't, I don't know.
I just never really thought about that. I just figure it sounds, possibly similar to Shadow the Hedgehog. But he could possibly sound black. He could. Don't quote me on it.
Oh, I was just wondering if you could do his voice, but yeah.
Hey, why is the bad guy gotta be black?
I never said the bad guy has to be black. I mean, look at the range of villainies. I mean, there's black and whites and male and females.
Yeah, I noticed that Sylvana's also black looking.
I just decided to color her black because she was born in outer space. She came from a black egg, which came out of the rainbow.
Yeah, I was also wondering about that. Like, if Sylvana came out of the rainbow, right?
Yeah.
And why would she be black?
She's like
black ain't part of the rainbow.
She's like the black sheep of the family. It's like, if you put all the colors together, it does become black.
Not really.
Black is
more of like a
White is the presence of all color.
I don't know. Maybe it's because she's from space and there's not a lot of light in space and it's dark or something.
Yeah. That's one. Yeah.
Oh, Chris. Did you look at the link of my friend? Since you love blue hair.
I haven't looked at it, and I don't want to make Julie feel jealous if I went and did.
I don't think Julie would mind.
You still look at pornography, don't you?
Me?
No, it's two syllables. Rose Chew. You don't say the E. It's just Rose Chew.
Yeah, he went over this last chat.
Hey, Chris.
Narrator.
I was just wondering something.
Well, obviously the narrator who did those audiobooks was incorrect. Especially since I never gave that person the approval to do the audiobooks.
I think it's just a fan project, and I think he might have one in the West Coast dialects. Like, I know that in the South they say y'all,
obviously
but over
he
here
lied.
we might pronounce it a little different. I'd be proud if they made one of my projects into an audiobook, though, because that means that there are a lot of fans out there that really like it.
Right.
And they're not trying to sell it or make any money off of it. They're not trying to rip you off. And they always make sure they have that they always narrate the first page saying by Christian Weston Chandler, so they're not trying to cheat you or anything. They're making sure that people know you're making it.
Yeah, I hear that. Apparently they misinterpreted the name Rose Chew. Or mispronounced it. Mispronounced fairly the same thing in that situation. Possibly. Answer that question. Possibly.
Vivian says that the audiobooks made Sanachi way popular than you did ever did on your own.
Well, I will not disagree with the statement. And I appreciate her help.
Hey, Chris, would you be offended if a fan wrote a fan fiction about Sanachi?
Fan fiction. If it's not demeaning or makes him look stupid, then it's fine. It's fine. Like I did mine when what's his name? That guy did the animations on his computer.
You did, Bond, or you didn't?
Animations.
I think I know what he's talking about. Are you talking about the
Internet forum? No, actually, well, the original play is a Greek play. Where they're all, Greeks, and crazy stuff happens, they're all running around in togas. So if you ever want to see the movie, a funny thing happened the way of the forum, it was actually sort of a classic, and it had some real classic, funny people from the 50s and 60s in it. Kind of like It's a Mad World, that type of thing. Sort of a classic, old, funny movie from old school world. First color movie type thing. But that'll be a high school play. We could go see that. And you might actually enjoy it. You might even, I doubt you'll see anybody that you know, because everyone hang around with those kids.
What kind of theme song would you want to use? Like something like, any anime theme song?
You never know. That would be fun to do.
Well, I guess that wouldn't work on the weekend then to go see Gran Torino.
Well, it might.
If anything, I'd rather go see a matinee.
Well, Friday night, Rich wants me, I usually watch Battlestar Galactica, and then Rich wants me to go, he's going to be at the casino tomorrow for the drawings. And I figure, I want to try and smooth the ride with him.
Oh, you're going to the casino tomorrow?
Yeah, I should probably go try and talk to him at the casino, because I can sit next to him on board, and I can drive separately, and then I can come back.
Chris.
I can come back at midnight, and he can stay there till 5 or 6 in the morning like he always does. Because I don't want to stay there till midnight.
No.
Or I don't want to stay there till 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That just ruins your whole next day, but, he claims he gets big hits, like in the wee hours in the morning. Well, okay, good for you. See that, or he ends up leaving $200 shy in his pocket.
Me.
Yeah, I noticed he's another black villain.
Yeah, in real life he was black. Without meaning any offense to the black guy in general, because you noticed among the jerk-offs as well, we got blacks and whites, males and females.
But you've never drawn a female officer before.
Well, you never... comic book number 7, near the end of the time travel episode. I have no opinion about what Obama's doing because I don't watch the news.
But you voted for him, didn't you?
Yes, I voted for him because I saw myself and him when I saw both the documentaries after I downloaded them from the PlayStation Network between Obama and McKay. I mean, I've voted for a person who I saw more of myself of. I mean, you vote for me.
You usually vote for somebody based on your political leanings, not towards how you view them. As I am a Republican, I voted for John McCain, not because I liked him, but because he had the same political views as me.
Well, basically, I'm a moderate.
Oh, I see. I was wondering, I was reading Vivian's. Do you agree with his financial bailouts?
I don't even know what it is, so I can't disagree or agree.
Well, to make it short, it's about the government, President Obama is planning to do a near one.
I'm sorry, what?
You got caught off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost him.
Yo, Chris, you didn't just vote for Obama because he was black, did you?
No, I did not vote for him just because he was black. I voted for him because I saw myself in him, in similar lifestyles, and I saw that he was a good man. I mean, after all, I watched both of the A&E documentaries before I formed the final opinion of who I would vote for.
Chris, what did you see in him that you saw in yourself?
For one thing, he and I were outcasts at least one point in our lives.
Hey, wait, hold up. Earlier, you said that he would probably paint the White House black.
Oh, that was my father's joke. He said that.
Is your father racist?
Yeah, but you see, I drew that for him before I saw the documentaries. So therefore, I respectfully withdrew that comic page.
Does your father hate black people?
Not necessarily, but it's just that's how my father, not reflected in me in any way. That's how he felt, and only he.
Man, that's racist.
Hey Chris, I saw the Sonichu and Rosechu love shack that you put up, and I thought it was pretty cool for the adult fans. I just had a question though. Do you have any plans in the future in the comic to maybe have some romance between you and one of the hedgehogs? I mean, that would be. I think a lot of fans would really like to see that.
No.
Okay, I was just wondering because I know there are some fans who would like to see that.
Well, now that you've answered his question, mine kind of relates to his. What are your thoughts on interracial dating and marriages?
I will not agree nor disagree with them, but in my personal preference, I would feel more comfortable in having the full relationship with the white woman, but I'm still willing to be friends and acquaintances, and and I have respect for the black women as well.
What about Asians, like Japanese?
I'm okay with them as well.
Chris. So would you get married with a Japanese woman?
I would have, yes. But I'm giving Julie the chance. I'm giving Julie the opportunity here.
Julie's a lucky woman.
Hey, Chris. I was just wondering, is Sylvana ever gonna become like one of the good guys, like Black Sonichu did before her?
There's a possibility, but I have not I have not confirmed that yet.
Is she ever gonna lose the male parts, like be a full-fledged woman?
Possibly, but I haven't given that thought either.
Also, I was reading Taub's question. Chris, what did you want to be when you were little?
I don't remember. I do not remember. I'm just making it as I go. Well, basically.
Is there ever going to be like a end to the Sonichu series, like a finale?
I don't know. Probably will not.
Oh, so it just keeps going and going.
Have you ever considered making a comic about the history of Clickville?
An episode dedicated towards that, possibly.
Hey Chris, are you going to keep the name changes that you made, or will you go back to the original names?
Yeah, I'm keeping the name changes.
But Nintendo was, they sent you that letter. You never really talked to Miyamoto.
Yeah, but at least it helped, at least it benefited me for the fact that allowed me to fix it up in that sense so that I couldn't be sued by such people in that sense. So the name changes were good.
So, Chris, I was wondering if Mary Lee Walsh, or I guess the new name, Ryam Sloweel, I don't know how to pronounce it. Sloweel, thank you. If she were to use her magic to curse Rosechew with a penis, would that test the relationship between Sonichu and her while they were fighting the battle to have it removed? I'm just curious.
Firstly, she does not have the power to do that.
Okay, I just thought, remember you did the story about 4-cent garbage and drawing all the pictures of the characters.
Yeah, well, that's one thing, drawing them, but not actually putting them on the character.
Because I think that'd be an epic story, though, to actually have a quest where they go to have that penis removed from Rosechew, during which it tests the romance between her and Sonichu. I mean, true love prevails, and the penis is removed, and everybody lives happily ever after. That would be awesome.
I don't know. I have to think. I don't know. I have to think about that.
That is a really good idea.
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, that's good.
Because it could show just how much Rosechew means to Sonichu.
Well, I'll consider it, but I'm not making any promises.
We understand.
Yeah.
Chris,
We know you
actually
can
decide
be on that subject.
I'm working on it.
If you actually decide to go forward with that story, do you think maybe they could give her a talking penis?
That's stupid.
Talking
That's
Okay, I think we talked enough about that one, guys.
I have a question that doesn't involve penises. Anyways, my question is that since we've been hearing a lot of vicious lies and slander about this, could you confirm exactly why you got fired from your job at Wendy's, Chris? Because we've been hearing all sorts of crazy things, and we want to know the truth.
Well, firstly, what have you heard?
Well, we heard that you... we've heard so many things, like you helped a small child, and you did a Donald Duck impersonation, and you scared the child.
Most of that is correct, but I did not scare the child. The child was tired. I was only trying to make it. I was trying to make this child feel better, with a little bit of amusement. But I did not make the child cry. The child was just tired.
So you did help them cut their food and yeah.
I did help them help them get their food to go by giving them a few bags and a top for their baked potato boat.
Chris, when will pictures of Zapino appear on the 18+ page?
Well, that was a deleted scene.
Why was it deleted?
Me.
Well, basically, you can't really have it if you don't have Rosechew working to take the pictures of herself in the bathroom. It's like you can't have one without the other.
I know Omicron's got a good question, but this is something I wonder about. That we've heard about this DVD you made, and we know it unfortunately got out. But I'm curious. You ever plan to release it?
Maybe.
I'd pay money for it. I think everyone else here would probably pay money for it too.
Indeed.
I want to ask a question.
I heard it was posted on YouTube.
Chris, do you know that you've influenced the rap/hip hop community? I just wanted to mention that because I saw some YouTube videos from some underground hip hop artists such as Immortal Technique, and they've sampled some of your voice audio explaining about your struggles with the school board, the security guards, and they felt so empowered that they actually take those words and made them into a very powerful rap song. How is your reaction to that?
Basically, I have not watched those videos, so I don't have an opinion.
Well, I will provide you a link to that. Hold on a moment.
No, that's okay. Actually, I just remembered I did sample one, the one where they basically made a parody from Can't Touch This.
No, trust me, it's way more serious than that.
Well, still, I haven't heard of what you're talking about.
Is that on his... Never mind.
Can you do an impression of MC Hammer?
Can't touch this, do 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 do. Can't touch this, do 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 do. Can't touch this.
Oh, awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Can you do Dr. Nick Riviera from The Simpsons?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Christian Chandler.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Christian Chandler.
Well, I'll just say Dr. Nick, because that's who I'm imitating.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Thank you. I love The Simpsons.
Can you do Peter from Family Guy?
Hey, Lois, look at me. I'm using a sandwich to imitate my having your nose, and I'm eating your nose.
Oh, that's dead on.
Oh, would you... Omicron's been interested in this. Would you actually make, like, a documentary, like your other DVD, but make a DVD of your daily life?
Yeah, I might, but I'm not sure about it at the moment.
Ah.
Hey, Chris, can you do Mario? You know, from Super Mario?
Hey, paisano, how you doing, Mr. Hedgehog?
That's really good.
Sonic. And then Sonic would say, what?
That's great.
Hey, Chris, do you have any plans to make a YouTube video of yourself taking a dump on a Hexbox?
No. That's gross.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty uncouth right there.
Ban him.
I mean, it's bad enough I cut in half of the gnats. In one of the elevator jokes.
Oh, we remember that. That was a classic.
And then I earned a trophy for that.
Yeah, I remember. It was destroying the Xbox by cutting it in half, if I remember.
Yeah.
If I were to draw nude Zempina fan art, would you put them on the site?
You are free to draw them at your own preference, but I will not put it on the website because I do not want to break any laws of having any underage portrayals of underage nudity.
It's not a person, bro.
Isn't Dot a child?
I'm sorry, what?
Dot from the Animaniacs.
Oh.
Also, I think I looked up somewhere that drawings do not count. They're just lines on paper. It's like real pictures that are horrible.
Yeah, I believe the Supreme Court's dealt with
Yes,
that.
illustrations do not count as child pornography. It's because with drawings, it counts as artistic merit.
Well, I don't know. I guess that depends. I'd have to. You could do a drawing, and I'll consider it.
Hey, Chris, would it be possible to get any pictures of Sonichu having anal sex with Rose Chew?
I'm considering
Who
that.
keeps letting this person ask questions? These are very offensive.
And if you draw those, do you think that Rose Chew would actually clean Sonichu's penis off with her mouth when they're done?
No, I don't think so. I think it would be wash it up with a washcloth.
Do you think then at that point they would sell the washcloth on eBay?
That's stupid.
I don't think
Yes,
you
that
can
is
do that on
silly.
eBay. That's a bit far, man. A little too far out there. Hey, did someone say my name earlier?
Nobody
talking to Omicron.
No more potty humor. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Unrelated to potty humor, I wanted to ask that in your Spring Break issue of Sonichu, you had the introduction of a new character, the Squirtle, and I wanted to ask.
No. That's not just a character. I was not introducing a new character. I was just doing like a poster thing for Bubbles being under one. I thought I'd just draw some water-type Pokemon under there.
I understand, but the thing is that there's a huge cult following with that character, and I strongly suggest that you should capitalize on that and make him to a main character.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a sleeping Squirtle waking up.
Well, I don't know. People just thought he was really cute and yawning Squirtle. I don't know. I heard someone say, "Man, wouldn't it be great if he would be that dopey sidekick that'd come in and they'd be like he'd come in and say something silly after someone did something and be like, Squirtle."
I thought he was on marijuana.
Yo, it looked like he was toasted.
Yes, Julie?
I'm gonna ask you about... Never mind, I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry.
That's okay. These guys made me lose a train of thought as well. There's multiple inputs.
Yeah, it's kind of out of control here. I might have to. Never mind.
I never lose my train of thought because I have a GPS tracking system on it.
Oh, that was a good joke.
Chris, could you tell us a joke right now? Just any joke.
Okay, here's a funny rhyme scheme, not to be taken literally. On your Game Boy Advance SP, create your Mii, then play it on Wii, with your PSP, hooked to your PS3, because it's fun, see? I never play a Hitsbox 360, because it's stupid and you're not a dummy.
Oh, that is really great.
Chris, is that something that you made up?
Yeah, I made that up.
Chris, can I write that down and attribute the quote to you? Oh man, that's good.
Hang on.
That's really good.
Hey, I got a good joke for y'all.
Alright, so wait a minute, hold up. Somebody wanted me to type that up for them so they can quote me on that rhyme scheme?
Yeah, I'd like that. I was thinking of making a quote book, like a mini Chris quote book, like something you could whip out and have a cool line to say, like at a party or like advice things.
To a lady friend, the gal pals.
Alright, well I'm typing it up for Alucard, so...
Thank you.
Hey Chris, can we hear one more?
I would have to think... Okay, here's an adult joke I thought of a long time ago.
This is gonna be good.
There's this married couple, Bob and Jane, and they were looking forward to having children. So one night, Bob comes home from work, and Jane says, "Oh, hey, you had a good day, dear." And he says, "No, it's been a long, darn day." He said, "Well, it's okay. Why don't you come on upstairs and we'll have some breakfast?" And he says, "Breakfast at 9 p.m.?" And she says, "Sure. You bring the milk. I'll get an egg."
Yo, I heard that before, man.
And then later they end up with the boy and a girl. Junior bacon and orange juice. I'll probably balanced breakfast.
Hey, Chris, how do you stop a Mexican tank?
Stand in front of it.
No, man, you shoot the guys pushing it.
Oh.
Ah, that's a good one.
How do you... I got one. Never mind, I'll change that. How do you get a bunch of blacks in your car?
I don't know.
Throw some chicken in. How do you get them out of the car? Job application.
Okay, what do you call a beach? What do you call a beach of black people buried up to their necks? Afro turf.
I came up with one. Alright, what's the difference between a black man and a pizza? A pizza can feed a family of 4.
Hey, how do you stop black people from jumping into bed?
Alright, that's alright. Enough racist jokes.
Put Velcro in the ceiling.
Enough black jokes.
Okay, Chris.
Sorry.
Jokes?
I showed my friend that over 18 site, and he said that he masturbated to it. Does that make you feel?
That's good. That's basically the reaction I would be going for among the male population, being attracted to the women.
But those are your drawings. It's like, I think he's gay now. I mean, you're a guy and you drew those neat. Okay. Well,
I draw female characters.
Yeah, that's drawn by you, and you're like, I don't know. It's kind of awkward for me.
Hey, Chris, I actually need to thank you. You know, you got some pictures on that side. It looked like the camera was inside Sonichu's penis when Rosechew was giving him a blowjob. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've always wanted to have a camera in my penis so that I could see that if I ever got a blowjob. That would be awesome. So I just want to say thank you very much for that perspective. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
There's a question here on the side. Oh, sorry.
I see it. No, I don't basically masturbate to my own drawings.
But you're okay if other people do, right? Even guys?
I'm sorry, what?
But you're okay if other people, masturbate to your drawings, even if they're guys, right?
If the guys are masturbating to the female drawings, then yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of awkward, but maybe I'm seeing it a different way.
I doubt that having a whole bunch of drawings of naked female characters can be misinterpreted as something else.
Hey, Chris? You want to ask you a question?
Yeah.
One time, a friend and I were looking at porn together, and we masturbated together. But the porn was straight, ordinary porn. Is this gay?
I'm sorry, were you looking at naked women?
Yes, but we were in the same room masturbating.
If you both were thinking about the naked women you were looking at, then I would definitely say you both were straight, because you're not thinking about each other, you're thinking about the women.
Right.
Would you do that with someone?
I'm relieved.
Man, nigga, you gay.
Shut up. Would you do that with someone? Like another guy?
No, I'd rather
No,
not.
I'm straight, dog.
I'd rather not.
Omnicron has a question on the side here. You see it or what?
No, that's not straight.
Oh wait, what about the earlier question?
Yeah, the one before.
Which one before? Oh, you mean
The Bible
adultery.
Club.
Chris, what do you think about...
Wait, let him answer.
Hey, let him answer that one.
I was going to rephrase it, but okay.
I'd say it would depend on your interpretation. What is adultery to you?
But, isn't the Bible only supposed to be interpreted, it's the Word of God. I mean, you can't really interpret it any other way.
It is what it is.
It's in English.
See?
I have no comment.
Okay, that's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what my, I was talking about. My mom saw those drawings. I mean, not the the posters, the Playboy posters. And that's basically what she got mad about. She said I was committing adultery. Yeah, okay, if you don't want to talk about it, fine. Still.
I think you should. I think I could see where this could be interpreted one way or another. It depends on how you're looking at the woman. I mean, all right, you're looking at the woman. You might imagine her naked, but I mean, you would respect. I mean, you would still respect. I mean, if you were still respecting that woman, and you would appreciate her more for like who she was, aside or in addition to the nudity, then that's not as bad as just only doing it for the appearance. That's why the Playboy magazines that give you the introductions of the women, it's like letting you know who they are. It isn't to seeing them in the nudity.
Oh, but yeah, there weren't any descriptions on the. Yeah, never mind.
Thank you for the clarification, Chris.
Hey, Chris, do you love America?
I'm patriotic.
That's good. I was wondering if you could sing the national anthem for us.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet bed of liberty. Of thee I sing. I don't remember the rest.
And my father,
That's okay.
lands of the pilgrim's pride.
Okay,
mountainside.
Stop it.
Hey, I'll tell you a funny joke that's kind of patriotic. You got this funny Mexican guy, and he just come back home to Mexico after an American visit. And he's like, oh, the people are there are so very friendly. I mean, I go to the basketball game. I sit in the back row. And then all of a sudden, right before the game started, everybody turned around, put their hand on their chest, and they say, Jose, can you see?
I thought you said no racist jokes. Come on.
Yeah, man, it ain't cool.
It was a name joke.
Yeah, that's
We're talking about
of the Spanish language.
I'm kind of offended by that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, that's racist, dog. That ain't cool.
That's okay.
You laugh, you support terrorism.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say?
What the hell? Who said that? I forget it.
Yeah.
I say you laugh, you support terrorism.
Okay, he's gone.
Yeah. I pity the fool who tried to misinterpret things and twist them around and then jam new words into my mouth.
Hey, fool,
You doing good, Mr. T.
Yeah, you do.
Don't play for no jibber jabber.
Chris, did you watch the A-Team back in the day?
But I have seen Mr. T.
The cartoon?
Yeah, and then I also saw when he did the guest star in the episode of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, I remember that episode. He helped Theodore, I think.
Yeah, Theodore was getting picked on, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you posted a link here.
Well, among my Methodist church, sex before marriage is okay as long as she and I, we love each other very much and truly.
But that's what they're telling you. I'm talking about the Word of God.
Okay, I'm getting tired. Okay, I'm getting tired here.
Yeah, but...
Okay, sorry. Okay, no more of that, everyone.
The Bible. Yeah, you're right. Please stay, Chris.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll stay a little while longer.
Yeah, if anyone asks him anything that makes him feel comfortable, I'm gonna kick you out of the room.
Chris, can I ask you for some advice? I have a Japanese friend. He's actually 26, and he's never had a girlfriend. And we asked him some questions, just joking around one day. And we asked him when he gets married, if his wife wanted to sleep with another man, would he be okay with it? And he actually said yes, as long as she wasn't being forced. Now that kind of bothered us because, as Americans, right, we think that marriage, and you're with somebody, they should be faithful. But he doesn't seem to think so. So I was wondering if you had any advice maybe on what we could do to try and convince him that his viewpoint is wrong.
Well, it's not necessarily that the viewpoint is wrong. See, the thing is, to make it like as if you're actually cheating on somebody, cheating on your spouse in the marriage. It's like not telling him or her about it beforehand. But it's like you tell them beforehand and you get their approval. It's okay, even if they don't want to be part of it. But not telling them, that's definitely like cheating on them. Yeah, well, that's another thing I would have to think about, because got a bit of a couple of items of destruction that need to be repaired.
Oh, I just talked to that one friend I was talking about who saw your website, the 18 one, and it turns out he was gay. He's actually gay, and he fapped to, he masturbated to a sonotube.
Nah, your friend's a fag.
I think he's yeah.
Your friend's going...
Think about that.
Well, I think in that case you would definitely let him know that you are straight and you don't want that kind of relationship, and maybe,
Should I tell him just to get the hell away from your site?
I'm not saying that, but you don't want that kind. That's basically confirmed on that note. You still want to be friends, but you're not into that kind of thing.
He was looking at your site, like the 18 site, and he was in he was in the over 18 site you made, the Love Shack. I thought he was just masturbating to Rose Chew, but it turns out he was attracted to Sonic Chew.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be friends with this guy anymore.
Yeah, well, then tell him, get the hell out of your house and stay away if you don't want to
stay
be
away
friends
from
with
your
him.
website.
Seems like you know too many gay friends, Mr. Falcion.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, Chris, you know
That's
how cologne or perfume, women wear that to try and attract men? Do you think that farts attract gay guys to each other?
No, that's stupid. Not only is that stupid, but it's gross.
Here, I'm gonna take that question and I'm gonna take that question and spin that into something that's less weird. What would you say the best cologne or whatever that a guy could wear to get a girl's attention?
I recommend Axe body spray.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I think I tried that one time.
That actually does it for me.
What scent do you use?
Wait, does the Axe effect actually work? If you use ass body spray, just throw an knife? Ooh, love it.
Does the Axe effect, does it really exist?
Does Axe exist?
No, the Axe effect. You know, they say in the commercial, you spray it and girls will come to you.
Oh, Fulgen, it works for me.
Oh,
It doesn't work for me. Has it worked for you, Chris?
Well, that I haven't gotten that working for me.
I think it's a scam, personally.
I mean, Old Spice is pretty good. I had like a couple of girls go up to me asking me for dates with Old Spice.
I actually went out with a guy who wore that Orion scent. Still smelling it. So it'll work, Chris. You just gotta give it time.
Using the Axe.
Me.
Yeah.
Cameron, but isn't the Axe spray for men?
No. See, I said a boyfriend that I met.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
Perfect sense.
Yeah, silly. I have a question for you, Chris. It'll be to your left.
Oh.
Well, I'm saying that the Axe effect doesn't work. Okay, sorry.
I haven't actually met other celebrities in person in my real life, unless you count local radio DJs.
No, you're close. Yeah.
I've met the DJ of my radio station, 95.1. And Michael Rial was just a treat. It was good.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go to her and maybe she could be like a contact for voice acting. I mean, you do pretty good imitations.
Do Homer Simpson.
Oh, look at me! I'm a stupid old person. No.
That was pretty awesome.
Who else can you do, Chris?
What?
What other imitations can you do?
A lot. It depends on if you name it. I might. If you name the person or character, if I could recall my memory, then I would imitate that person.
Can you try Bender from Futurama?
I reckon I can do a bit of a Bender. I think I can twist off my arm and.
Chris, since my girlfriend broke up with me, I was just wondering if you could give me any tips to like pick up another, girlfriend.
Holy, Valentine's Day's coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be lonely without,
I know.
Can you help me out?
No, I do not know what neither of them sound like in voices, so I can't imitate them. As for dating advice, when you're going out to meet women, and this is like advice that's like it could have been taken from my own advice I gave in the video I did when I just turned 25, but it was offered in this book written by a 9-year-old. When you're going to find yourself a woman, you just try to stay calm and be polite, friendly. Don't let your nerves get the best of you.
What should I say? To the girl?
Start with hello and how are you.
Should I ask her? Should I use a pickup line? Do those work?
Sometimes, but I wouldn't exactly count on it in a desperate situation. But I mean, you could talk about yourself a little bit, saying like, did you read in the paper today about this article that really caught my eye?
I was thinking about standing in the mall with a sign saying that I need a girlfriend.
Yeah, don't do that. That makes you
No?
look retarded.
What about like wearing a sticker that says you're single? Have you ever tried that? Do you think that would work?
I'm sorry, what was that? A sticker?
Like wearing a sticker that says
Wait a
I'm
second,
single.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry, Falzion.
I got the idea from your comic. I mean,
Yeah,
I thought it was...
I later learned I later learned from my mother that made me look retarded to other people. So
Who's laughing?
I stopped doing that a long time ago, and I don't know, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
I'm learning from others that have offered such advice.
Oh yeah, like John Tesh. I remember that in your news dash.
Yeah. And also, it's like, that's from an expression I learned somewhere, those who can't, teach.
Ah.
I remember the old adage. I was looking at Cogs. She was saying, how'd you feel about Obama swearing in his book? He even read it out loud in the audiobook version.
Oh. Yeah, I heard of that, and I didn't care much. I didn't give much thought to it. So, swearing, yeah, don't care much for it.
So, Chris, I was just wondering, wait, can you hear me? Okay,
I can hear you.
Does wearing that medallion, does that attract females? I was thinking about making my own.
You could do what you want to try to make yourself stand out. But it depends on the view. It depends on other people's point of view, I guess. At this point, you might want to get a second opinion. I mean, it's not like I could see you over to Mumble and tell you what makes you look okay, what makes you not okay. Yeah, get a second opinion from somebody else in person.
How about you? Do you think that medallion makes you look, more attractive to girls? I mean, I was thinking about...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking it looked pretty cool on you, so I was... Yeah, sorry.
You can try and see. You can try it and see if it works for you.
Speaking of the medallion, I noticed you wear it on the outside. Have you ever thought of maybe replacing the chain on it with something a little more comfortable?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'd stay at this the necklace chain with a pair of key rings with a belt buckle on them.
Alright.
Hey, Chris, in a hentai, guys usually, like the girl usually says no, but then the guy touches her a bit and then she gets into it. I was just wondering if you think that really works. Have you ever tried that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Listen, in hentai, the Japanese animated kind of pornography, usually the girl kind of says no, but then the guy starts touching her boobs or something, and she gets real excited and gets into it. I was just wondering if you think that really works. Can you just make a girl excited and into you just like that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I've seen that in porn, too.
Most of the time, I'm sure the girl would probably just turn around and slap you right in the face or kick you in the groin.
Oh, I don't know. You were saying it was educational. I mean, I saw that in a porn, too.
Also, Omicron asks, how far have you gotten with the girl?
I've never even been on a first date in my lifetime.
Oh.
At this point.
Hey, Chris.
Don't worry, I'll be able to fix that.
I was just going to suggest, Chris, I have family in Bristol, Virginia. and I've been out there a lot. And, people that I've seen in Virginia don't really like anime and things that much. I mean, have you ever considered maybe trying to meet a girl on the West Coast? Because, a lot of people, especially universities, right, have anime culture.
Yeah, but I'm not planning on traveling outside of my state. Plus, I would prefer to keep it local. And,
Yeah, Chris.
yeah, I know, but to see the world means to have the money to actually go see the world.
Well, you just have to save up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, train ticket.
Gas is cheap now.
You can meet so many people just going on a road trip or just, taking the bus to something. I mean, that's not too expensive. It's cheaper than a plane ticket. You'll meet a lot of different people.
Yeah, I hear you on that, but it's like, if I want to go on a road trip, I would not like to go it alone. I'd like to have my sweetheart by my side.
If you can't afford it, you can always get a job. That's what I did once.
Whenever I feel lonely and I want to meet a girl, I have this T-shirt that says, "Ask me about my large and attractive penis," and I wear that to the mall, and it works every time.
Are you kidding? Really?
Yeah,
That's
chicks totally dig it.
interesting. I have to meet you sometime.
Oh, boy. Gentlemen's clubs.
Hey, Chris, what was that noise just now?
Noise.
Yeah, I heard like a noise.
Oh, yeah, that was probably me. And I was like objecting to the what he was describing that said on his T-shirt.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
You guys have no taste.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
It just make. I mean, the way I see see somebody else wearing that, it would appear that guy is only looking for sex, and women would be turned off by sex right away at that point.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a...
So... You're not looking for sex?
Yeah, let me answer this guy's question. Yeah, I don't know much about gentlemen's clubs, so I can't really answer that question.
What about you, though? Like, when you're looking for a girl, does, like, sex really matter? Like, attractiveness?
Yeah, eventually, attractiveness does matter at one point of view, but when you think about it, it's like you want to get to know the person, the woman inside as well. So I'd rather be in it. So like we were very close to each other emotionally and like friends. Then the sex, like how Panda and I were very close with him.
Yeah, what happened to her?
I haven't heard from her in over 2 weeks, and then recently there was the fires in Australia close to about where she was. So I don't know whether she's still alive or not. I haven't heard from her in over 2 weeks.
That's awful.
Yeah, I heard it was real bad. It was like 108 people or something died from those fires.
Damn! Yeah, but it's okay though. At least I have At least I have a good woman who's willing to be by my side at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris,
Is there no
I've
regret
said a
for the
prayer.
people that are dead?
I'm sorry, what?
So you feel no remorse for the people that have died in Australia?
Oh no, I do feel remorse, especially to Sarah. I'm worried about whether she's still alive. I'm concerned whether she's actually dead or still alive.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I pray every day that she's still alive, safe and well, and that she contact me
But
soon.
you basically abandoned her for Julie.
But I did not basically abandon her for Julie.
That is what it seems like.
She could be still alive. You never know.
And even if she isn't still alive, take solace in the fact that her perfectly barbecued remains fed the survivors.
Shut up!
That was too far. You're going too far, man.
Yeah. At this point, I care about both. I care about both of them equally, both Sarah and Julie.
But I was thinking
it's like I'm still. If she lets me, if she gets in contact with me, let me know that she's still alive. And
But I mean, now you're with Julie, and what if she's still alive? And what are you going to do then?
And if people actually did eat her, what will you do to them?
Oh,
shut up!
Kick that guy out.
Was it?
Okay,
Okay. But but in all seriousness, if Sarah gets in contact with me and let me know she's gonna be coming my way in real life, and
you're not going to dump Julie, are you?
no, I wouldn't dump Julie as a friend. Julie, I still love you.
Hello, everyone.
But you told me I was your sweetheart, didn't you?
Hello, Doctor.
Julie, I'm going through transition right. I'm going through the transition right now, so it's kind of hard for me to make sort of watch when I say at points and answer these kind of questions.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you or anything. But I'm
sorry
just
about
wondering.
that guy, Chris.
Uncalled for. Yo, man, you know what? Don't worry about Sarah, because it usually takes like months for a person like a victim of a fire or a flood or some crap like that to find shelter and then phone and internets and all that.
Yeah. So
I mean, the place is in a state of emergency. People are getting moved around all over the place. There's people in the hospital. I'm sure she's fine. She just can't, talk to anyone.
What about Omicron's question?
Wait, yeah.
I can't answer that question.
Why not?
Because I'm still in a transition, right? I'm still in a transition from Sarah to Julie at this point, so I can't answer that question right now because I wouldn't know how to answer it.
What do you mean?
Listen,
So you transition.
It's a hard choice. I can't blame you. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I would. That's a flat out bad question. I mean, I would.
That's quite valid.
Okay, now I'm getting now my head's out of order.
Oh.
I've had that problem too.
It's never fun.
Okay, forget it then.
Oh, okay, I got impressions. Can you do one of Bill Clinton?
No.
Oh.
Chris, do you want
we are apparently dropping the subject now.
I was wondering, do you watch the Boondocks on Adult Swim?
Oh yeah, that's my show.
Yeah, I've watched the Boondocks.
Did you enjoy it?
It's alright.
Do you do any imitations from the characters there, like Uncle Ruckus?
There's some bitch over there. No, don't drop them new niggas over there. Sing along if you know the words to this song I just made up.
What was that?
Wait, what?
That was Uncle Ruckus. Boy, I tell you what, I'm so propane and propane accessories all day long.
Hiya! I am a puppy!
That was me.
Could you do Meowth from Pokemon?
Meow.
The talking meow.
Meow. Hey, Jesse, James, we gotta go snatch that Pikachu again.
Oh, do you know how to do the Team Rocket song?
The Team Rocket song, or do you mean the motto?
Yes, the motto, the classic one.
Yeah. Prepare for trouble, make it double, to protect the world from devastation, to deny people.
In our nation.
Hang on, I'm mixed up here. Prepare for trouble, make it double, to protect the world from devastation, to unite all people within our nation, to divide the evils and truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above. Team Rocket, blast off the speed of light, surrender now, prepare to fight.
Meow. That's
right.
Now hand over the...
No.
Oh, come
I
on,
think you mean
son,
hand
we've
over that
moved on.
Sonichu, because Sonichu is obviously more powerful than Pikachu.
I will not hand over the Sonichu, so there. Omicron, stop asking the questions, please.
Yes, Omicron, you are very annoying.
Yeah, someone kick him out.
I doubt that.
Good going, K9.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Actually, I'm kind of tired now. I'm gonna head on out now, but I'll come back another night.
Okay.
Oh, well, thanks for coming, Chris. We really appreciate it.
I've got a few questions for you, Chris. I've been waiting.
Alright, no.
How did he get in?
No. Oh, God, this is important.
No, he left.
Shut up.
If he saw your ugly mug, he'd leave.
No, shut up.
He's not coming back. Give up.
Tell him I have important news about Panda.
Well, he's
I'm digesting her right now.
That will get him back in, I know it.
What's the important news?